guys, what's going on? This is Namkraft and welcome to the Starcraft English commentary. I'm very happy, very excited, very exalted to present to you for the first time a foreigner playing in the prelims finals of a particular group of a particular ASL. It's going to be ASL S20 and we're going to be watching group number 7 finals. We will have Larva, Zerg versus Mihu Terran. Mihu from China is going to be representing his country here, and if he wins against Larva in a best of 3, he's going to be qualifying for the ASL, and that would make the news all over the world. The first time in the history of Starcraft, competitive Starcraft, Broodwar, a foreigner managed to break into one of the major pro leagues, not really pro leagues, what are they called? The major star leagues of Korea. Right, of course, going from this game into the ticket to the round of 24 is still a long way to go. But let's see if he's going to have a chance again. A washed up Larva here who lost yesterday to Mini, right? Anyways, Larva is going to be playing against a Terran player, so we shall see. But before the game gets started, let me just give you some information about this Mihu dude. Who is he exactly? Is he a girl or is it a man? I will tell you all of the details in just a second. But for now, please join me by looking at the video description for some nice information. There's going to be a link to the previous game in the playlist, a link to the next game in the playlist, and the overall playlist URL. Bookmark those links to get some nice information. If you have a Facebook account, feel free to add friends to me on Facebook. My name on Facebook is Namkraft. The link is in the video description. I don't have a WeChat or Weibo account. I'm sorry, Chinese friend. Ni hao. Ni hao ma. 我是越南人, that's what I can say. So Chinese viewers, if you're in the house, say hello, say thank you, 谢谢, and 对不起, which means nothing. No worries. I just came to China a few months ago. It's very nice. If you have a chance, please go ahead and visit China. Larva is going to go for kind of front to attack here against Mihu, and I don't have a chance to give you information about Mihu because he's about to die. He's about to fall to this attack. He's got, 2 Marines. He needs to block the Marines. He's going to get surrounded. Mihu needs to react accordingly. He's going to get on high ground. The Zerglies take the first stab, and one of the Marines SV needs to get pulled right now. Looks like Mihu's going to have to attack. Nice attack. He gets one Zerling. One Zerling is down there. The Marine's going to have to hide behind this area here. More Zerlings going to try to come to the command center. It's about to go up. It's not allowed to go up anymore. 5 Zerlings going to get surrounded. The angle needs to be perfect for Mihu. He's going to get surrounded from the back. He loses the first Marine. He's going to lose another Marine very soon. He's going to attack from the back. 3 Zerlings go inside of his main base. We need to have a bunker getting created at the front door now. One Marine's going to try to chase these very damaged Zerlings. And behind his Larva's going to be going for 3 hatcheries, excuse me, not 3 base. So let's see what kind of damage we see. The Zerlings are sprinting himself out. One of the Marines is going to get surrounded. Mihu's going to surround and get one Zerling destroyed. Another Zerling is going to fall. He looks like Mihu's not going to come forward with more Zerlings attack. He would try to just stabilize the game. We will have a bunker. Behind his Larva is gonna be in some trouble or what? Because Mihu has defended this correctly. The Zerling has died, but Larva has another hatchery. He's gonna start to mine right away. But Mihu, with his early Marine, is gonna apply a bit of pressure before any kind of tech is made at all by the Zerg player. So Larva is gonna have to make some sunkens. Behind this, we're gonna be seeing supply depot coming up. Another Protoss, another Terran player, a Korean player will be pressing right now, and that's exactly what Mihu's gonna try to do. He would drive the Zerglings back with one of the SCVs. He's gonna be careful. The drone's gonna try to block him on the ground, high ground. He gets through. He's gonna be very careful. The Marines are about to arrive here. SCV need to go a little bit towards the top right to kind of hold the area. Zergling's gonna have to come down south. Marines are about to attack here, but the Marines will fall very quickly. They don't have support, and we're gonna be having more Zerglings. The Marines get hide behind the mineral line. Not a bad idea. The drones are forced to get evacuated. Zergling's gonna try to attack. That's gonna be a mistake. Be careful not to get the Zerglings surrounded. He's gonna have to pull the Zerglings and the Marines back. Nicely done. He's able to destroy how many Zerglings he gets. A few more Zerglings, but at the last minute, all of the Marines have died, and the game is gonna stabilize. And Larva was very lucky. He did not have to make any sunkens. But that was, I feel like if Mihu has hidden behind the mineral line, it would have been a lot better. This area behind the mineral line is what the Korean programmers used to always hide. But Mihu was not able to hide there, and the game is going to continue to go from there. We're going to be having that coming up from Larva. So if you look at the current situation, who's ahead? I guess Larva is ahead, right? Because he's going to have his Spire. And of course, Engineer Bay is done, but it will be a while until you can actually have anything coming out of those upgrades or whatever. So let me continue to talk to you about who this Mihu guy is. So Mihu, his Chinese name is Hu Chun Su, and he's born in 1986, so that makes him 39 years old now. And he is a Terran player, of course. Who else? What do we have about him? So Mihu is also named Mihu the Great by his Chinese fans. He is widely considered to be the best Starcraft player in China. and the top Terran player outside of Korea since 2017. Who's the other Terran player that we have? Because DeWalt is Protoss, right? He has a lot of fan base, such as the Mihu fan base. Blah 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 blah. He has played in BSL season 13 in 2021, defeating Shiki, and DeWalt with a total score of 7-1 to win the championship. Okay, very nice. In 2022, he was also winning the BSL season 14. In BSL season 15, he lost in the Asia Championship. So he was eliminated, could not qualify for the main BSL tournament. So I guess now he is going to come back. In ASL on July 23rd, 2022, Mihu took part in the ASL 14 qualifiers and beat Stork on 2-1 on the first day to reach the first four of Group 3. This was the highest ranking achieved by a non-Korean player in the ASL 14, which attract attention of the viewers. But now this is gonna break the record once again, as Larva is gonna have to fight hard here. We're gonna be having mutas coming out. Larva is expanding towards the bottom left of the screen. How many mutas are we seeing? This is a large amount of mutas. It's like 8. It's a lot of mutas, and actually the angles will help Larva a little bit because you can choose and pick where to go. We can go towards the expansion, the choke, or the main. We have a scan to see that there are no sunkens. Nicely done by me, who's gonna have to hold hard here. Need to have more turrets, especially at the choke. The choke is very thin. We have 9 meters. 9 meters is a lot, man. 9 meters is a lot. Where are the Marines? Looks like the meters will dive into the SCVs now, but there are some turrets inside of the main. Looks like there's gonna be some attack on this turret line. The turret is repaired a little bit too slow here by Mihu, where the Marine's gonna try to go for the contact, and that's gonna drive Larva back. Larva will have to actually fly through a lot of turrets if he wants to get back to his main base, and he's gonna be losing. I think 1 mutualist. Just 1 mutualist there, and that's gonna give time for Mihu to go for the contact. With the fact that Mihu has scanned the area to see that the mutas are not gonna make it on time, he's gonna try to attack as the mutas are flying back. Looks like the Marines are gonna try to pull back just before the mutas arrive here. So that's gonna be nice. More mutas coming out from Mihu. And I think now it's going to be impossible for Mihu to penetrate, but he's going to be able to remake a lot of his turrets. So that's nice. And yeah, if Mihu has gone for the bottom left, for example, during this time, it would have been a completely different story. What is happening? Why are these 3 Marines so lonely at the other side of the map? And he's going to try to run Marines around and try to save some of them. Which is not bad. He gets a couple of Zerlings, but that last Marine's gonna fall. There's gonna be another group here to try to attack him, but it's a very, very lonely group. Mihu need to kind of get his grip together. His bio is so small. That group is gonna get completely exterminated in the next attack. Mihu is gonna be very, very cautious. He's gonna be losing all of his Marine, and not a single Mutus was sniped in this engagement. Very nice, micro from Larva to even save his very, very weak unit. And now Larva is ahead by about 10 supplies. So I guess no more chance for Mihu. Mihu had a great chance there to come out, but Larva, with just too cunning, Korean Starcraft ship is still a lot better than Chinese Starcraft ship, unfortunately. And now Larva is leading with about 11 supply. He gets another SCB, not bad. These damaged mutualists need to fall back though. One mutualist that was damaged gets sniped, and that was slightly careless. I think Larva should have just kept that mutualist back. He's going to be going for Lucid Chamber. Queen's Nest is done, and Hive is underway. So things are looking very good for Larva here. Mihu is going to have a very, very tough time, and Larva is spreading his units out, because what is going to be something that might spoil the party for him is a hidden base, right? So Larva is going to try to spread his zonings out and try to see if there's any chance outside here. By the way, there is another Chinese player who is going to be playing in another final. So very surprising results so far. We have 2 Chinese players who will play in the next ASLs, but I'm not going to reveal to you who it is. So you have to find out for yourself by just keep on watching Namkraft. So that's cool. Anyways, behind this, +1 weapons done on the Marines. They're gonna have a nice team here, but Larva is doing really well for himself. And that tank is trapped, right? I don't know. It looks like that tank could be trapped. But anyways, I'm just gonna try to check for the situation. And Mihu need to kind of be a little bit, need to slap him some in the face and just say, hold it. You can still attack. You can still win. Marine's gonna go down the ramp here. He's gonna try to stem forward, but he's already lost the supply depot, and that's gonna be slightly unfortunate. But there's gonna be these 2 tanks, and I believe they are stuck. I don't think they are allowed to move freely. Anyways, good pullback for both of these players. Yeah, well, thank you to one of the subscribers, the viewers have told me that SK Terran, right? Going for my Mythic Marines is really hard to micro compared to going for mech. I believe that is true to a certain extent. I guess I've realized that now managing a lot of racks is a big problem. And of course microing individual groups of marines. Okay, that is an overcommitment by Larva to, I think he kind of not pay attention there. Now there's gonna be 3 tanks, there's gonna be some lurkers on the field, but keep in mind we don't have science vessels. We don't have science vessels. Stop lurkers will be a problem. And Mihu, we need to know about it. The lurkers are moving across the map. You can see them right here. They're gonna get deployed, and that is going to be stop lurkers. We do have a science vessels. Of course, the science vessel need to actually see the lurkers. So we shall see. Looks like Marines are moving towards the left side of the map. The tanks are coming forward, and Zerg is trying to come from the back to have a backstab. And Mihu is gonna try to move forward here. He sees the lurker. Oh my God! He need to attack. What is he doing? The lurkers, the unburrowed is going to be a siege mode. 1 lurker falls right away, and that was a close call by both of the players. But more lurkers are coming to the Marines. Going to try to attack. Lurkers are going to come to the lurkers. The tanks have not sieged, and they're going to pull back, and that is going to be buying a lot of time. Looks like 1 lurker or 2 lurkers have fallen, and now we need to have the defilers coming up. Consume is about to get done now. The tanks are sieging. It's going to be a nice attack, and Mihu is going to try to destroy these Sunkers, but the Defiler is hiding behind this. The Water Tank need to move a little bit forward here, but I think there's going to be not enough time. I think the Defiler will be done soon with the technology, whatever is the technology he's researching. And it's going to be better for Mihu to try to go for another base somewhere on this map. He's got enough money. He's streaming his Marines out. But it would take a long time. The tanks have unsieged it. I guess he's got to move forward here. But these lurkers are going to be buying so much time. The tanks are sieging once again. Nicely then to destroy the Sunkers. But it would take a long time. Marines going to have to plow forward. Now the lurkers are going to try to get involved in the equation. I think the Defiler is done. Marines need to pull back. Marines have pulled back correctly. The lurkers going to be able to buy time. And another command center need to go up now. He cannot win the game like this. You need to go for another base. I believe, yeah, we're gonna having double starboard, and looks like this Defiler is gonna be able to save the position, and now more forces are gonna try to come out. And what is Mihu's move? He's moving towards the left side. I don't think that is the right idea. I guess I have nothing to say. I don't know what is the right thing to do right now. I'm playing against Larva as a Korean, a super Korean champion. By the way, he's a champion. He's played in a lot of ASLs, and he's won one of the ASLs in the past, right? So, right? Is that right? Let me just quickly check for you. I do have the answer to that question. Wait, how do I see it? I'm just gonna check here the ELO stats. And within the ELO stat, we have the ASL stats. So, what do we have? So, Larva has won 1 gold. That's right. He is an ASL champion in the past. So that's something to keep in mind. It looks like we're going to be having the attack moving towards the left side of the map now with some tank and 3 science vessels. And Larva needs to start to make some scourges. Nice attack. Defiler is not going to... He's going to be able to cast maybe 1 plague. He's going to cast Dark Swarm instead. And that is going to be bang time. But good attack by the science vessel to kill 1 Defiler. Every Defiler matters in this war, in this encounter, in this confrontation. And now finally we're going to be having scourges. And of course the Mutus is going to be staying back because there could be threat of drops some point in the future. But if you are Mihu at this point, I say that you should not drop. You should just focus on the ground, because you would, if you try so hard, then things fall apart. You have nothing. So I would just say, make it look like you might be dropping, but don't drop. Don't even make anything. Anyways, a lot of sciences is going to come out. He's going to be losing a lot of sciences on the right side. There's going to be an attack against a Sunken. The Sunken is going to be falling, I think, soon. The Sunken is gone. This was a nice science vessels, and Larva is being a little bit too slow, I feel, for Mihu. There's going to be this Defiler coming out, and the tanks have largely unsieged, so they will retreat. Nicely done, and those tanks that have not been repaired are still serving their purposes, and Mihu is coming up. He's leading by 40 supply, and now he's starting to make firebats. So even in the initial stage, he was a bit shaky. He's coming back to look quite strong in the next part of the game, and very nice for Mihu to kind of switch back and forth between the 2 bases, so that the Zerg player is kind of kept on his toe here. There's some nice Defiler work coming out, and these Marines have to pull back here. We're going to be having a small, kind of sensitive, delicate moment of the game, because now the 3rd base of Mihu is going to be slightly exposed. But it looks like Larva is not yet capitalizing on this chance here. He can directly go towards this 2 o'clock base if he wishes to, but it looks like moving back and forth between the 2 bases is beautifully done by Mihu, and that is keeping Larva kind of on his tail here. This command center was delayed a little bit. We're gonna have another SV, and that is slightly unfortunate. If that command center goes up a little bit quicker, it would have been a lot better. Anyways, where's the science vessels going? Why is it going so far? You already saw a Defiler right there. Just snipe it. He is not sniping it. Anyways, we're going to be having more attack coming up now, and Mihu is still leading by about 30 supply, but the Zerg has secured the 4 bases, and now the nightmare for Mihu begins. I sense that there's gonna be some problem here. Mihu is doing the right thing. He is not going for drop at all. You don't want to go for drop against Larva. He's too good to be counter dropping you. So it's gonna be better for you to just forget about that. And instead, oh my god, there's gonna be some scourges. Instead, just try to fake going for drop, but don't even go for drop. We're gonna be having some Mutalisk coming out. Firebats are supporting nicely, but those Mutalisk on the air are doing some significant damage to the tank and pushing the science vessels back. That one tank will be falling. That's gonna be slightly unfortunate because tanks cost a lot of money. So keep that in mind. But anyways, there's gonna be some drop finally coming up. I don't like this strategy. You should not be dropping. You should just be playing very, very standard because the Zerg will expect drop, and a player like Larva would not think of that. He would have some backup troops at the home, right? And by going for the drop, you just gotta be disadvantaging yourself a little bit more. There's gonna be an attack against the third base, but there's a sunken there. Zerling's gonna get surrounded. There is gonna be a drop. How much potential will it be? I don't know because there's so many overlords. There's an overlord here. There's one there. There's several scourges along the way, and these dropships are looking for openings, but there aren't openings. There's gonna be a science vessels going for irradiate against that overlord, and that's gonna be a problem now because cracklings are moving through towards the top left, and this commentator is gonna have to lift. Scourges are gonna try to catch these science vessels. Very, very unfortunate. But at the last minute, Mihu is about to come back nicely, and these earlies are attacking the commentator. SVT to run away. Where are you going, SCV boy? The drop is gonna go right to the middle. The SV's gonna have to return, and we're gonna be finally having the ultras. Mihu is kind of falling apart now. He had a great chance in the past, but he's gonna be facing. He's looking for those defiler. He can see them. The drop's gonna come through right now. There's some scourges inside the main, but it's not enough. The dropship has commenced. We're gonna be some scourges. Marines gonna have to come through. Looks like there's gonna be a front to attack, and a drop at the main. Looks like the dropship have unloaded everything. There's gonna be a scan nicely. Then the Marines need to attack on the low ground as well. One attack on the top side is gonna commence as well. Lurker's in the right position. We need to have scan. There is no scan. The science vessels arrive, and that ultra is gonna be falling very, very close. This attack was not bad. There's gonna be 3 lurkers, but with the science vessels, it's gonna be with us as support. The attack on the front has stopped. Now looks like nothing to do. This attack on the front is not going out, and Mihu is returning. Mihu was not able to actually finish up the battle at the front side, and the rest of his troops are gonna try to return here. It's gonna be in some trouble because Mihu is gonna now eclipse Larva and supply. He's behind in the supply. He doesn't have an expansion. He's gonna try to expand towards the top clock, which is gonna take a long, long time. I mean, Larva is just so good. I mean, just so good compared to Mihu, not just so good. Anyways, there is going to be a Defiler getting sniped. Not bad to snipe the Defiler with just Marine. There's going to be a Plague, but there's no Dark Swarm. Now there's Dark Swarm. Now it's a Dark Swarm, and now Mihu is going to get pushed back. He needs to Skype that Scourge. He needs to get the Scourge. The Scourge is not sniped. There's going to be an attack on his left side, but there's so many Ultras. So it's going to be very, very difficult for Mihu to fight here. And Mihu with 2,300 minerals, but he's not allowed to win because the Zerg just keeps on growing. And yeah, we're gonna be having just some battles against this Ultras, but the first game nicely done by Mihu. I'd say, you know, congrats to him. You know, making it all the way to this final of a bracket is already a feat in itself, so congratulations to him. And he's gotta have to fight again, but I think it's gonna be very tough. The number of science vessels he's got is largely dwindled now, and now Larva just with his Ultras, which really scale really well, is gonna be able to come out and clear the rest, unless Mihu can attack right now and get that damage Ultras. We shall see. Zerling's gonna try to come through, and Larva's gonna try to set up this base. He's got his 2 Ultras that are damaged, but not yet fully destroyed. The drop will come through once again inside of the main base. There are some Lurkers, and Defiler just popped, so I think it's gonna be very hard. But there's gonna be some science vessels attacking on this right. So the dropship goes through, and looks like there is a single Lurker there to support. The dropship have dropped off the sub, and I really like Mihu's that he's keeping his dropship after the drop has finished. He's returning his dropship somewhere else. The Marines are doing some nice attack behind the drone line. He's gonna try to get as many drones as possible. Maybe this single Ultras will fall. There's gonna be some Scourges coming up, but the Defiler is already, this will be the dropship is already left. So looks like Mihu is doing not so bad. He's getting so many drones that his hatchery will fall, and Larva, he's cancelled his hatchery, so that's going to be very, very nice. That Ultras cannot reach the Marine. And all of the Ultras that have tried to reach this area have died. That is so insane, but there's going to be a major counterattack now by Larva. This battle is going to decide the fate of the game here. He's going to try to attack against the top 12 o'clock position. There's going to be some Marine. We need to have some science vessel activities on those 3 Ultras. Commentator can get lifted. The Marines need to support here. There's going to be a counterattack from the back. The Fighters are right here. The Ultras have a nice attack, but at the last minute, that Ultras will fall. We need to have the Commentator lift right now. Looks like Mihu is not lifting the Commentator. He's going to lift the Commentator. And looks like these Ultras are going to come through, but these Marines, we need to support the medic. We need to form a wall to support these units. And at the last minute, this Commentator will get saved. The game will go on, but Larva is leading by about 10 supply. Larva is expanding towards the top left. Keep that in mind. All of a sudden, we have a random hatchery that's gonna go up here. So I guess Mihu is gonna be in some serious trouble. He's gonna be going for Yamato gun and battle cruisers. I guess this is fine because he need to make use of his additional minerals and gas. But this Ultra is gonna get to the 12 o'clock position. We will die momentarily. It's gonna be an attack against the 3 o'clock position. This Ultra is just gonna get wasted here in the middle of the map. But this attack is looking dangerous. A single sunken cannot stop anything. We have a science so we need to go for the irradiate on the defiler. A lot of sciences so go for the irradiate. He's finding it very difficult to actually find those units. The command center need to get forced to get lifted. Marines are coming out and defiler is gonna get destroyed. But this swarm is gonna be able to provide some coverage for the long time. Finally, this Ultra is gonna die out. And the game will go on from here. This Zerg is gonna try to run all the way into the Terran main here. But Larva is gonna be able to win this game, I think, even with the base at the top left. Even if he doesn't have that base, he can still win. Anyway, Zerglings are gonna be under Dogsarm. Nicely done. And this Outlist, okay, it will fall and this base will finally get saved. But that was a nice attack by Larva. He's gonna come to the middle again at the 12 o'clock. There are gonna be some sunkens. We need to have extensive science vessels work. We're gonna be having a lot of science vessels work. The bunker don't have any people inside them, and this is gonna be the final battle. So nicely done by Mihu. Good try. You will have another chance to fight again. Of course, this game is not the ending moment. This defiler don't even have to do anything because the base has already been destroyed. He might cast something. There's going to be Zerglings attacking and finish up the final battle, I think. Larva is expanding everywhere. He's got so many bases. It's so hard to contain a Zerg player who's on 5 or 6 gases with Defilers and Ultras. So anyways, if you enjoyed this guys, if you are from China, holler at me, give me a comment, and also buy me coffee. The link to that is going to be in the video description. I'm just going to quickly show you right here what is the link to buy me coffee on Revolut. My nick, or what is it, my friend's nick is longk. Give me money there, otherwise you can send me money on Zelle. It's namkraftvn@gmail.com. So anyways, let's look forward to the next part of the game. But Mihu is going to try again. His 4 bases are still intact, kinda. He's gonna attack through here and try to plow to the middle. What can Mihu do? He's behind by about 30 supply. We have a defiler that goes through that pushes all of these units back. The battle cruisers need to get involved in the equation if you want to save the base here. And that command center has not yet been landed, so SCVs are doing distance mining. Where are the battle cruisers? I thought I saw them somewhere, but these Ultras are gonna destroy that base very easily. We have a science vessel that might go out there to cast a last irradiate of the game. It looks like Mihu's middle army is gonna return. He's decided he's gonna be better to return home. He casts a nice irradiate on the defiler. Maybe he's gonna be able to get another defiler out. Nicely done, but the Dark Swarm gets closer and closer to his base with each passing moment. And it's gonna be the final game. GG, the first game goes Larva. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye-bye.